What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in the Khaliis Take. You know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell just so you can get the newest and the bonus content first. But hey, let's just go ahead and jump right in. It seemed like the Lakers are hoping for Russell Westbrook to play better, but also play unlike a player that he's not. And they're hoping that, I was reading CBS Sports, .com, and, one of the notions were that the Lakers are hoping that if they do keep Russell Westbrook, that he's able to step out and at least be able to make some corner threes, knock down some threes for him to stretch the floor and keep the perimeter alive for them. And I'm here to tell them that might not be the way to go, because when you think about Russell Westbrook, you think about slasher, cut to the basket type guy, splash type guy, making passes, triple-double, all those things. But you don't think about a guy shooting from the perimeter, because that's never been his game. It's never been his game, since he's entered the NBA. He's always had speed, blazing speed, a quick step, and, very, very good jumping ability. So, with that being said, I don't understand why the Lakers would expect any more from him than what he's always been doing his whole career. And, it tells me that the Lakers are more so possibly planning to, enter next season with Russell Westbrook, because the Kyrie thing is pretty much, it's not done, but it's definitely on hold. And for all the right reasons. In the Brooklyn Nets' mind, it's on hold for the right reasons. So, with that being said, the Lakers got to figure out another plan, and their plan is to try to maybe get the best out of Russell Westbrook to, better their season and make their season more alive than it was last season, which was a failure for them. But, I also see reports, in LakersNation.com and other reports saying that's like a revenge tour. Victor Oladipo says something about a revenge tour for him and Russell Westbrook, for them to play a lot better than what they played last year. And they got a chip on their shoulder, basically. Well, if that's the case, then, I hope that, Victor Oladipo's right in the comments that he made about that, because he might want to speak in regards to himself rather than Russell Westbrook, because Russ is, way more accomplished as a player. And only on top of that, he has more higher expectations. You know what I'm saying? Victor Oladipo doesn't really have any, so it's just a different caliber of player, different, different player, different situation. But even still, I can see where he's coming from, just in regards to, Russ had a down year and he wants to play. He wants to see him play better, apparently, along with himself. So, I'm not, degrading that at all. But at the same time, Russ is probably not going to play that much better than what he did last year with this team, because the Lakers just not a fit for him, and everybody can see that. And LeBron sees it more than anybody, and LeBron knows he made a mistake, which is the reason why, I think LeBron is really, wanting to have Kyrie so much. It's almost like he's willing to go back to a player like Kyrie, who he had troubles with, but he did win a championship with, just to get rid of Russell Westbrook, because he see that's a possibility, and he see that's a way where they could be a better team, a winning team, a team that, can possibly compete, for a championship with Kyrie. I personally don't think that they're going to get him anytime soon, but, we never know what the future holds. But if I were the Lakers, I said it before, I definitely would plan to look into, having Russell Westbrook this upcoming season, and try to, gain as much, experience with him, and gain as much camaraderie and things like that, with him, because I don't see Kyrie. I don't see the Kyrie thing happening anytime soon, not unless, Russ goes out there and ball out, in the beginning of the season, and maybe All-Star break, they try to make a push for him. If Kyrie is willing to leave the Nets, then if he's not comfortable where he is, and hypothetically, if the Nets are doing good next year, or let's just say the Nets make it to the finals next year, I really don't foresee Brooklyn going after Russell Westbrook or making any trades then, because I mean it would kind of be pointless, at that point to me. But because the Lakers aren't going to win a championship with Russell Westbrook, and any team Russell Westbrook is on is not going to win a championship. So you're better off without his services rather than having him on the team. If you're trying to win championships, if you're one of those teams like the Washington Wizards or the Indiana Pacers or the Kings or somebody like that, that's different. That's different to me, because those teams are not going anywhere anytime soon. Those teams are just around. You see what I'm saying? And those teams would have no expectations. So Russ plays well with teams like that. Even with OKC, they didn't have no expectations when Kevin Durant left. So anytime there's expectations, you can count Russ out in regards to championships. But I mean, as far as a player, usually he does play a lot better than what he did last year. So hopefully, this year with the Lakers, he can, rectify that and play a lot better, and at least help them possibly make a play-in tournament, because that's utterly embarrassing to have 3 top 75 players and don't at least make a play-in tournament. You see what I'm saying? That's just not logical or something like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. So hopefully he can play a little bit better to better his own stock and his own value, because I think Russ is at the point he really doesn't want to be a Laker long term, because he see the writing on the wall. He see that a lot of people around there, or the main ones around there, might not want him to be there. And nobody wants to be nowhere where they're not wanted. So I definitely see after this upcoming season him not being there, and the Lakers will be free of that problem. But at the same time, hopefully the Lakers will be able to draw somebody in, to go there, because LeBron will be a year older. And on top of that, if he's not playing at a high level like he did last year, it's almost like, what will be the point? You're going there to play with a player that has lost more than a step, and he's a year older, and he's not even remotely close to how he was. And then on top of that, Anthony Davis is so injury prone, it's really hard to trust the fact that he'll be there to help. So you might just be in a worse situation if you go to the Lakers. So, players from other teams are going to have to really evaluate if they decide to go to the Lakers, because like I said, they're really going downward spiral. They're really going down more than up. You see what I'm saying? Age-wise, and the fact that they're just not gelling. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think the Lakers are a tricky situation to go in. I mean, of course, you definitely want to live in L.A. Out here is great. It's definitely a great way to live. But, if you want to win, the Lakers right now are not the team you really want to go with. So, but we'll see how it all pans out, and we'll see if, how Russell Westbrook does in the season, and we'll evaluate it from there. But hey, that's my take on everything. Leave any comments in the comment section. Check out my other videos if you haven't. And hey, Khaliis out.